What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another cigar review. This is the last of the Las Calaveras in the sampler. This is the Robusto Extra. It's a 5.5 by 54 cigar. It was rolled exclusively for this sampler. The other three sizes that I reviewed before are the ones that they produce every year, and then they produce a specific one for that year's sampler. And this is the 2017 crown jewel, if you will, their own special blend for or size, same blend, same cigars. Ecuador Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. They're all made of the same tobaccos, just different sizes. And this is the 54 ring gauge, which is actually the biggest ring gauge out of the whole sampler. So, yeah, just as beautiful as the rest of them. Look at that nice, pretty, oily chocolate bar looking wrapper. One small little vein right there, invisible seams. Beautiful cigar. And then there's a cocoa powder sweetness on the wrapper. And it deepens the longer you inhale. And maybe some hay or something. It's really nice. Sweet smelling wrapper. A lot of the same, but darker on the foot with that cocoa powder kind of thing, the dry cocoa sweetness. Maybe some hay and wood. All right, guys. So, like I said, this is the last one from the Las Calaveras sampler. And I've done some searching online for these 2017 Las Calaveras. And there's not many of them left. I haven't been able to find a website yet that has the sampler in stock. But I found a couple of websites that have the LC50, which was the Robusto, and the LC46, which was the Corona Grande. The Toro is the third size that they produce every year, and then they do a specific particular one for that year's sampler. And this year it's Robusto, or last year was the Robusto Extra. So this is the one that we're about to try. The draw is really open, so be aware of that anytime you have a cigar where the draw is loose. I'm already getting a pepper tingle on the tongue. Everything is dark and rich and earthy. That's kind of the base thing I'm getting. There's a lot going on there with some cocoa and some leather and some coffee. They all kind of blend together. That's all I'm getting so far. There's a pepper that's coming up on the end, but we're going to get in this thing a little ways and see what's going on. Okay, so here we are back. Las Calaveras Robusto Extra. Beautiful burn. Beautiful ash. Draw has tightened up a little bit, which is good. Nice smoke output. Flavors wise, it's all dark and all earthy. That's really the core, is the earthiness. And it's got a spicy quality to it, not the kick of spice without the heat. And some leather. It's a leathery earth with that spicy kick. And then it's switching over to an espresso finish, like I mentioned the other day with the other cigar, with the it's the blackest cup of coffee you can find. That's kind of the finish. But here, right before I restarted the update here, I thought I actually got a couple of hints of citrus zing, through the nose on the draw. It's kind of faded out though, but all in all, it's a dark, earthy, leathery, spicy cigar with a kind of an espresso finish. Medium bodied so far, very little strength, not a whole lot of spice or pepper, tingle or kick. Not much sweetness. They're pretty dry flavors, so that's where we're at on that. We'll get to the halfway point or maybe the band point, and we'll come back and see if anything had changed. Okay, so I'm back again with the Robusto Extra. Still burning pretty well. It's starting to canoe on that one side. If it continues, I'll touch it up, but I think it's going to correct itself. Still nice ash. The draw is still middle of the road. Not too loose, not too tight. Flavor is still really dark and dry. And there's been a couple of changes. There's a kind of a bittersweet baker's chocolate that is on the draw, which switches over to that espresso that I was describing there on the finish. And then just that general spiciness that I mentioned. There's really no more leather. That citrus thing that I mentioned in the last update through the nose on the draw was just like 1 or 2 draws and it was gone. There's been no more of that. So basically it's just bittersweet baking chocolate, espresso finish with a spicy kick to it. So we're going to get a little further into this thing and get back to you. Okay, here we are in the final third of the Las Calaveras Robusto Extra. It is ramped up. Body-wise, it's all the way up to a full. Flavor-wise, all the way up to a full. Strength is about a medium right now. I've got a little bit of lightheadedness for a normal person, maybe a little more sweating or something. I don't think this would kick you in the stomach and make you nauseous unless you're just a wimp. And if you're a wimp, don't be smoking these cigars anyway. Excuse me. So the bittersweet baker's chocolate is gone. It's just pretty much that espresso flavor. It's just dark and bitter. If you like a black cup of coffee, you'll like this cigar. Sadly, unless you have access to a good B&M that might have these in stock, you may never know what I'm talking about with this cigar, but that at least gives you a heads up. Keep your eyes out for the 2018 Las Calaveras. I know I'll be looking for them. I've enjoyed this cigar. It's been a pretty good one and a pretty good sampler, so we'll see what happens when the 2018s come out. Excuse me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, subscribe, show this video to your friends, laugh at me if you want to, whatever. I just do this to share my love of cigars with y'all. And if you love cigars too, smoke them if you got them. Thank y'all for watching. God bless and good night.